Hello. So I wanted to ask you guys opinion on something. Um, and this won't take long because I have to get back to working. So I did a video entitled "The New Direction for the Channel," and I was talking about how I was going to focus more on finances and mental health for the time being. Okay, I don't know where the channel will go, like maybe in the next year, but for right now, it's going to go towards finances and mental health because I just feel like that would produce more fruit. But I want to talk about a comment that I just saw, and it was regarding Black women and mental health. So I made the comment in that earlier video that a lot of Black women don't seek help when it comes to having mental health, not because more Black women have mental health issues than non-Black, because that's not the truth. Actually, I said earlier, I have not met one person that really don't have some kind of mental health issue. The problem is with Black women is that they are shamed when they have any kind of problem like bipolar, depression, anxiety. They are shamed by the people in their very community, and religion is used to tell Black women why they shouldn't have these problems, and religion is used to tell Black women that they have no faith in God because they struggle with depression. You don't really see this in other groups of people, okay, especially Caucasian. Okay, and so a comment was under that video saying that white women have access to health care, but Black women, especially poor Black women, don't have access to health care. And she said, the commenter said that she works in healthcare. Well, so do I. I've been an occupational therapist for 15 years. And let me tell you something, I've struggled with mental health myself, and I didn't always have the money to go see somebody, and I certainly didn't take any medication. It's not always having access. It's a lot that you can do for free. And I want some of you guys to tell me, what have you done for free once you recognize that you have a problem? I think we make a lot of excuses for a lot of Black women. We say that they don't have access to health care when they poor, but I'm going to talk about weeds for a second, and I'm not one to tell nobody what to do with their head, okay? I'm not the one to do it. But they have enough money to go into these Korean beauty supply stores and get what they want out of there. They have enough money to go to these clubs. I've seen them. I used to go to clubs all the time in my 20s. They have money to go to these clubs. Okay, they able to let these dusties in their houses and take and have their children sleep on the couches and give these guys their rooms, their brothers, their cousins, or their boyfriends, so they can do all of this. See, the thing is that a lot of these women are choosing what they want to do. That's their priorities for a lot of them, okay? And then, like I said earlier, a lot of them just don't want to admit to having mental illness because the Black community unfortunately shames Black people, period, for having mental illness, okay? I just cannot go along. And I understand what they're saying, but just to say that a lot of these women don't get help because they don't have access to health care. I've been in a lot of facilities where I see a lot of Black women and a lot of Black men. Okay. They have access to a lot. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, making a lot of excuses. Making a lot of excuses. There's always reasons. Okay. Comparing the white women, of course, we know Black women have struggled more. But constantly saying that is giving them reason not to go and get some help. And that's a problem. This is what people did with white supremacy and blaming white supremacy on everything that Black men did. Okay. We know that white Black women struggles far surpasses a lot of non-Black women. But that cannot continue to be an excuse for them not to seek some kind of help. So I can't go along with this. Oh, well, white women have access to health care, but Black women, especially poor Black women, don't have access. I've done home health, okay? So, what I notice is a lot of women, especially Black women, like to do is act like they're the only ones who know something. And I've said this before, that I'm nobody's teacher. Okay, I'm nobody's teacher. I like to share maybe what I know of my experiences, and I like to hear from you guys. But what I notice is, even when I listen to some content creators, a lot of them think that they are the only ones that know. Okay, So I work in healthcare too, and I work with a lot of black women, and I work with a lot of black women that know a lot of information, even in impoverished areas. They can run circles around you. Honestly, they can run circles around you at what they know. Okay, they get access to what they want to get access to. When I ask a lot of these ladies questions about Social Security, about different things, that they'll run circles. They will tell you they are not as slow as people want to believe they are, and I work with them all the time. Okay, in South Central, in Compton, in Watts. Literally, I've been inside their houses. I work with them all the time. They are not as slow and lack resources like people think. Okay, but anyway, I just want to know your stories with mental illness. Were you always able to spend your money to seek therapy or to get help or to get medication, or did you have to find different ways to do the inner work? I've made several videos also about meditation, going inward, um, and things like that. Okay. I myself have had to work on myself, and I still am, and I haven't always had money, and I just don't want to take no medication, but I haven't always had money to go to see to pay for a lot of these people either. Okay. Um, so you guys let me know what you think. I want to know your stories when it comes to mental health. Did you always have the money to spend when you wanted to work on yourself? And what do you know about other black women in impoverished areas? Um, about what's your opinion on them in healthcare, especially mental health, okay? Especially mental health, okay? Because when it comes to physical disabilities, I have worked with them, and for the most part, I've done home health. Their insurance covers a lot of what they need when it comes to physical disability, when it comes to them getting adaptive equipment. They're able, their insurance covers that. So what do you think about mental health when it comes to poor black women? Also, what do you think about this comment? Kind of absolving a lot of black women of accountability by saying white women have access to health care, but black women, especially poor black women, don't. What do you think about that? Because it's not to say that that white women don't have more, it's not to say that they don't have more privilege. But what do you think about that? Do you think that black women and poor black women just, what are they supposed to do if this is the reason, for what's going on? It's because the black women just don't have access to health care. And I've worked with a lot of black women. They do have access to health care. They do. Okay. But because they can't afford, a lot of them cannot afford a lot of the health insurance a month that a lot of these other people have, that's what's problematic right there. Okay. Um, I have worked with black women who've had very good insurance, and I've seen black women who are on Medicaid, okay, and they have multiple children, and they have to get what they can get from the county, okay. So, but either way, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to physical health, that health care covers it. It still covers what you need. I've even worked with white people on Medicaid, a lot of white people on Medicaid, okay. But you guys let me know what you think about that. Um, do we absolve a lot of black women of seeking help for mental health problems simply because white women have more access to health care? Okay? Do we absolve black women of getting some kind of help? Because from what I've seen, especially in my party days, black women do what they want to do. Okay? I've seen them spend hundreds of dollars on what they want to get. They get the income tax check, and most of the stuff they get not really in the best priority. Okay, a lot of these women get thousands of dollars from income tax, which I don't get. Okay, and what do you think? What do they do with their money when they get it? I'm not trying to be in anybody's pocket, but what do they do? Do they try to pay for health care, or do we say, well, but because I know because of the environment and their surroundings, a lot of it's highly toxic, and it's an unhealthy place for anybody who tries to heal in a lot of these toxic environments that a lot of these black women are in. So is that can that be the excuse? Or do they need to first recognize that they have a problem? And then once they recognize they have a problem, do whatever they can to get out that environment so they can be in a more healthy space. And it could take a year. Who knows how long that takes, but at least you're taking steps to get there. But just saying, somebody just saying stagnant and not doing anything, that cannot be, that can't work. And the reason why that can't work because those people never get anywhere. Okay, so the universe is not going to make any excuses like that for staying stagnant. Okay, so I can't do it either. But anyway, like I said, you guys let me know what you think, and I will talk to you soon.